So it's Monday. We are in the office, ready for what we're hoping is going to be a solid week. Just kind of getting my head into some sort of thoughts down on paper, really. Got so many different areas of the business at the moment that really need some time from me. Just things that we need to work on. You know, we've obviously got that new site launching in literally a matter of weeks. We've got lots of bottlenecks and sort of problems due to sort of not being able to get great people and staff in quick enough in sales to look after the customers that are giving us work. Production, we're just where there's like double the amount of people, you know, working in that in those teams that there was say a year ago. It's just difficult. You know, we need new systems and processes, and that, you know, all takes time to test and measure and see what's working well and what isn't. So it's difficult this morning. I'm kind of, normally I would do this on a Sunday to prep for the week and then just run over my calendar, run over my 90-day plan, annual goals, and just kind of look at where I'm deploying my time to make sure it's as effective as possible. The issue is last night I tried to do it and my head just went into brain fog, and I've been trying to listen to myself a little bit more recently of like, don't push it. If it's not coming and you're not in the zone, get some sleep. We'll get up the next day and do it again. And so I'm looking at it this morning, but it's not helped that much. But yeah, just trying to decide where do you start with it, because there's just everywhere I look at, there's things that could really need that time, and the teams are great, and the leaders in each team are great, and everything, you know, but it's just that extra level of support, and that extra sort of brain time into that particular challenge or that particular problem at that time. So we'll get there, but that's currently where we're at. Black coffee and trying to get down some thoughts and get some clarity around where we're going to deploy our time this week. I'm not moving anyone or anything until things get in line, because I've asked him to recruit replacements over there. He's saying he can't find anyone. I've looked in there this morning, there's 120 off in there with no thingy. It's just a mess. So until things get in line, no one's moving nowhere.
Right. We really need to change, but I don't know what the answer is.
How are we getting on with recruitment? That's your solution to all this.
They were the two most positive CVs, and nothing. I've got one more girl coming in this week who's business development. Second thing is, where the hell are all these people going to sit on? Mm-hmm. Because we haven't got the right infrastructure in place. So we need to. I've obviously put this plan together, but because it's things like, obviously very soon, Mickey's off for a week. She's going to have tickets bleeding through. They're then going to have to pick up their own after-sales stuff. They're so out of the loop with it, we're then going to end up with a load of bad reviews for them. And this is how I see the process should run. And this is more what we share with them when we do the new website launch. But I made this, which again is open to, this is why I wanted to do it like this, it's open to change and stuff. So you've got your bronze customers. Rarely place an order, or only place one order, your yearly spend is less than 10k. So they would sit under a bronze, someone would go through the CRM, and they would all sit under bronze. Silver customers, they spend frequently, and their spend usually exceeds 10 to 25k. Mm-hmm. Gold customers, they spend regularly, and the yearly spend usually is a success roadmap. And it's how we can get, similar to what I did at the start, but with a lot more detail, how do we get that customer to follow that process that we got? And so what would happen is I would sit down with Hannah and whoever the consultant is that's handling it, and go, right, we're going to get this customer from silver to gold, this is the roadmap we're going to do. So we're going to do this, we're going to send a key account manager in there to develop it, you're going to send them samples every 3 months or and something really specific. Scanning down the ads is definitely step one. But then step two, I think, is education and training, because what worries me is the figures are swooping because of the annual leave. It's annual leave that's got all of this to answer for.
I would be spending 50% of my time, if I was you, in there at the moment. That's how I would, at least 50% of my time. That's what they need around them. Yeah, people leading by example. There's no one leading by example. So it's Tuesday, and we are in the car with Trev, but he's a bit camera shy this morning. So he's not gracing us with his presence.
just sitting here minding me own.
So
What's the PlayStation?
we are heading to our quarterly financial review. We do these monthly, sort of internally, but then every 3 months or every quarter we head over to our accountants and all of our sort of finance team, myself and our accountants, get together and we look over sort of financial performance, strategy, and where we are against where we should be. A bit more of the higher level stuff around, you know, structuring things and the direction we're going, a balance sheet, a little bit more depth. And I think that for a long time we didn't do that stuff. And we, you know, want these businesses that rely on waiting to the end of the year for their accountant to tell them whether they've made a profit or whether they're in a healthy position or not is just ludicrous. And so I think that no matter what level you're at, you should employ people to hold you to accountable on your numbers, so that you're not just guessing, do you think we're doing? Because there were many months when I thought we've been doing amazingly well. We then look at the end of the month, and because of the way we've purchased stock, the way, you know, certain refunds have gone through, the way that our, you know, cash flow looks, actually the numbers from a business point of view look horrific. So yeah, we're going there this morning. You either come out of there feeling really good or really not good, and only time will tell. And then the rest of the day, we've got a few more internal. We are very, very close now to the website going up, he says, and we're just going through sort of testing actually now, putting orders in, how that's going to work operationally, ready to start kickstarting some training next week with a little bit of luck. But yeah, no, we are getting somewhere. Yesterday I didn't film a lot because I just had a bit. Recently I've had more down days than up days, and I think that that's just because of the sheer volume of challenges that we're going through. But actually, when you wake up and you're on a good day like today, it makes you realise that they're good signs that you're having those days, because it means that they're stretching me and the team so far. That means we're in a high growth moment, both individually, because we're outside of our comfort zones. So, you know, we're trying to tackle challenges that we've never had to face before, and I don't have the knowledge, and the team don't have the knowledge of how to solve, and that's when I get most aggravated and stressed. Is when it's something I feel I can't control. But actually, in hindsight, that's a good sign, because it means that we will tackle it together. It might take a bit of time, and it might take some stressful and not very enjoyable days. But we've been through, you know, these kind of stages in our life cycle of the business before, and I think we will continue to go through that. And each time we come out of it stronger and a better business. So yeah.
The last one, I think he just did it just deliberately. It was like monthly finance meeting, about 5 seconds.
No, so what we did was, so he done the first few, and then it got to a point, it's like, God, if we want to do this quite regularly, we probably need to look at eventually bringing it in-house. And we've got a guy who's working in production that studied it at uni and wants to do it full time. So we're just trying to find a replacement for him, and then he's going to basically join and do it full time. So he's going to do a bit of sort of the weekly vlog, but then also we can do all our own in-house photography and videography of product, sort of like tutorials and videos, you know, like your 30-second Amazon video of a product. And he's obviously buzzing to do that. So. But yeah, no, it's been really good, to be fair, and thanks for following.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've just dialed a bit of marketing down, so it might ease off you for a little while. Just cut it down a bit.
When I was looking at the accounts, the last Google ads was like 11 grand.
Yeah.
Your bill for that.
Yeah, it was. The problem at the moment was
16 or something.
So it was.
It's worth it though.
It was 100%. It is 100% worth it, because some of the brands and the work that comes off of the back of it, you just could never go and knock on their door to work with them. The issue at the moment is we can't recruit good enough people quick enough to service it. So we've just had to dial it down, because it's just killing us. And what we're doing is we're just going to get a bad reputation, because the volume's coming in and there's just not the infrastructure on the back. The great thing is that we know if we can just get a few things in line, i.e. recruitment, systems, processes, a bit of automation, all we need to do is turn that tap back on, and the growth is there, the model's there, and now we just need to set up all the infrastructure and everything to do it. So it's positive, but just frustrating because you think, oh, I just want to do it now, but it's like you just have to take a hit and say, no, actually, it's not the right time. But no, all is good other than that. What's been happening? So,
just remind you of what we went through last meeting.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
That'd be really good.
So, we spoke again a bit about social media and that you've got better recruitment going on as well.
Yeah, to be fair, and I say we haven't. Yeah, recruitment has been going well, by a long. You know, we've got a lot better. Yeah. We've got some blinding people. Yeah. The problem is that it's just as we get to a position, you know, where we feel we're pretty strong, we run out of great people again. It's like we need more. Yeah. And then same with the space. It just seems to be that constant. There wouldn't be really anyone else in Swaffham, for example, hiring for a videographer full time. I mean, Trev still thinks that we're balmy for doing it, but as much as we can. But yeah, it's definitely better. It's just not good enough in terms of recruitment at the moment. But I think that's going to be an ever going.
You changed your Friday hours, didn't you?
So we did that, yeah. So that was the suggestion. So we created this suggestion box where the staff could, you know, as we used to have a very good touch with everyone, where it would be in one building, very close knit. But as we were growing, we didn't want to lose that sort of family feel culture. So we created these suggestion boxes in each building, which is just fill out a slip, anonymous, put a suggestion in about whatever. And yeah, we had this suggestion that I think it started as 4-day week, and we were like, right, come on. So let's be realistic. So then we said, okay, what can we do? Right, and we started it at 4:30. The vision is one day when we're bigger, we'd like to try and gradually build that, because I do think it's nice, and it always gives people something to look forward to, doesn't it? It went down a hell of a long way. It's just little things like that we've tried to do, and there's been a few little things in the suggestion box that, you know, little bits and pieces that people have asked for that we've implemented, and you can just tell it goes a long way. We operate Sundays, not Saturdays. Okay. Well, I say we operate, production does, but sales is Monday to Friday. It's just the manufacturing side, so you can get those extra orders out ready for the Monday. Shift, isn't it? Yeah. The warehouse that's pre-built into the back of that building, we're going to turn that into 2 stories. We're going to put a mezz in and turn that into 2 stories of offices. And upstairs, that'll add about 28 desks. There's going to be some remedial stuff there, and I would have thought you're going to need a chunk of change there for the deposit on that, which would be around December. Really, one way or another, we need to get something in place by Christmas. But I've sent you all those figures, haven't I, of sort of large investments that we've got over the coming months, so that Trev can cash flow that. It may just be that then we need to look at the most sensible way of, because the other thing as well is we probably need to circle back to the holding company conversation. Only a natural progression of where we're going, and something we are going to need to do. Is there any implication to? Right.
But as a group, the turnover is still 10.2 million at the moment.
Well, yeah.
Turnover, and then employees is 50.
What happens about annual leave then? Why has that gone in there? Is that where do you get a notification that someone's on annual leave so you can use it to schedule? Is that how it works?
Cody sends me the annual leave, and then I put it in.
So what I'm interested to know is what happens about stuff. Does this sort of thing happen often?
Check that with an email, if it's wrong. And a lot of the time I can't book carriage because I've got no idea what the carriage is.
No, of course.
So even when
what you've just ordered, how would now?
WBC.
Yeah. So how would warehouse know that that's coming?
They won't. They don't know.
So they won't have any understanding.
They don't know at all.
So that pallet will turn up.
Unless I tell them. So
is it the systems? Is it the processes? What is it, in your brutally honest opinion, that's causing the consistent same things to happen time and time again?
Well, this is the issue, right? Is that me and Cody have talked about it. I spent all weekend writing this massive sheet of all like the small issues, but there's nothing, which we went through, but there's nothing that I can actually think, this is the thing. Do you know what I mean? I'm absolutely baffed. I'm absolutely baffed.
Perfect.
No,
but it's just trying to,
And that's why I've put my sole focus the last day into warehouse, and I'm confident now.
What is it? Did you sort of stall for John?
Yeah, we're going to sort that out.
Oh, cool.
It's here.
It's arrived. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I was going to say it will still go nice here, wouldn't it? It's ideal. Is it too early to say if you think it's better out here or not?
No, I think it is better.
Yeah. I think we need to get more racking and clear and better racking and then label the racking. Like, we need to read that.
Is that a gift or did you order it?
No, I did. I've just realised I ordered it ages ago, but I think it's come from America, so that's why it's taken so long. So what is it? Individual names in on every one?
Yep. Different name, different colour, and they've got different types of what they drink.
That's cool. So not only personalised with the name, but it has what, like if they want tea, how they have it,
Yeah.
coffee and milk,
There's
one sugar.
There's one named Trish, who's just like
Trish, no
just
coffee,
ice, and then
just
there's-
ice for
and,
Trish.
And then there's Reese, just water.
Brackets boring.
Boring.
It's cool, isn't it? How they? So are we using this now to clean up the?
To clean up
Does that
the
help?
Actual, it's like the shadows.
Oh God, yeah. Does it take a lot of cleaning to get all that excess? Yeah.
It's the white ones, isn't it?
It's always the white.
They really show the marks.
No.
Oh, so some people have got white on these cup mugs and some have got, wow. So how long does each one take to engrave and clean and everything?
5 minutes all together. 3 to
5
3,
minutes per one, yeah?
And then 2 to clean. I clean them while the iron machine.
Wow. Blimey. Oh, they look really good though, mate, didn't they? How many you got to do in total? 40?
There's 24 black and 14 white.
Right. Blimey.
Let me have a look, mate.
You're the man, aren't you? You got it all under control. Is it picking up on engraving or?
I wish there would be more though.
You wish there was more?
There was more.
We'll get some more. We'll get you some more. What do you like engraving the most?
Mugs.
Mugs, yeah? What, on the 360?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I won't hold you up, mate. But yeah, you're doing well. It's good.
Just watching your video earlier, it was very good. One of your.
Oh, was you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So Lee's given us a price. He's quite optimistic. He's done some quite nice renders of what he could do.
And then getting hours from that for capacity for each. So you're going to be able to map them to a machine or to
A resource. Yeah. It's Thursday, and it's pouring. Me and Ralph are on our way into the office. Had a fairly busy morning, just sorting some bits out. Got into the gym, which is good, and then doing a few bits of admin and things from home. And now we're heading in. It's absolutely pouring. I don't know where the sun has gone. Where's it gone, Ralph? So yeah, who knows? But yeah, been a bit of a weird week. A lot of my plans have kind of tipped on their head, I'll be honest. It's just come to light that almost like this perfect storm has come around to us, and we're just upsetting too many customers. Deliveries are going late. Things are being promised when they're not possible. I don't know, just things are just, obviously we monitor the customer service tickets and things that come in, and I don't know, I honestly am at the moment a bit baffled as to what's gone on. The only thing I can put it down to is this incredible journey of growth that we're on at the moment, where we've gone, we've doubled in size in a year and seem to be on that path to go again on that route. I just think that some of the foundations sometimes are being lost in that whilst we're moving at speed, and the communication between departments and things are just not clear enough and not good enough, and things are breaking down, and our systems and our processes were great a year ago, they're not now. So a lot of my sort of bigger picture plans I've had to kind of cancel, postpone or push back, because for the last few days I've just been trying to, as much as I can, deep dive into different departments. I've literally been in the department just trying to find out what on earth is going wrong and what we can do to help. The management team as well have sort of ditched a couple of their bigger projects and they're jumping on that as well, and I don't know, maybe we've just taken our eye off the ball of the day-to-day too much, too soon. So I don't know, it's a little bit frustrating, but I'm glad we've discovered it now. I just hate customers that are not happy with us. I just don't like. It just makes me. It's just the worst of the worst. I just, whatever we can do to put things right, I just want to do it and just get us out of this storm that we're in. And I shouldn't be moaning. We're in a great position in terms of, we should be really fortunate we have the work coming in that we do, and we have all these amazing brands that want to work with us, but we just need to bloody get the right infrastructure in place to be able to cope with it. And we will get there, just going to take a bit of time. So yeah, just deep diving today. I have to be involved in. We're so close to our launching the website, which again, that bit of infrastructure is going to help massively. And I'm spending the whole day in the meeting room with the web team, and we're going through deep diving into reviewing, testing the whole website. What's the matter with you, Ralph? And we're gonna just go through all the pages, everything in depth, just make sure everything's working, critique it, do anything we need to do together so that we can all leave there thinking, yep, comfortably we're in a good place for that, ready for hopefully next week. I was going to say, Andy, with that, do you need any resources like templates of stuff, like information I've used before about the company, anything like that? When people do say, can you send me some information, do you need anything from us that you can ping on or anything?
It's funny you say that, because the first thing I thought of was that.
Yeah.
Because in the conversation I had with...
Yeah, we need that.
I caught the end of that. Just to clarify, is that studio are working on a brochure, is that right? Because I spoke to Josh in the corridor earlier on about a sustainability brochure, so is that what that is?
Well, my take on this is, in my opinion, we can leverage this. So Andy's obviously saying about an environmental, sustainability brochure specific. Obviously in this instance, it's because that client's, underlined it, if you like. But why don't we just use this as an opportunity to make a generic sustainability brochure that can be it can be pumped out to anyone then, can't it?
Yeah.
So let's just caveat it as, look, guys, can we create a specific piece around highlighting our sustainable lines?
Yeah, I think obviously those that's exactly what needs to be done at the end of the day. And in an ideal world, if I had those guys having 5 quotes a day and they were doing that, it'd be bloody brilliant.
Right. So what I was going to suggest.
And they spent 28 grand in 1 year, and all of a sudden just went boom. That's warm. He knows you. We know there's good spending there. We know there's high potential. If you think it's worth it, then I'm happy for a couple of good ones a week for us to invest in doing literally a personalised box. Right. The things on my list are: is there a new consultant starting next week? But I don't. This sort of stuff, it would never have happened. I don't understand. Because he's busy is not an excuse. I don't understand. If a customer's approved left chest, how can we possibly?
They didn't have a proof. This is what I need to sit down and work it out.
What?
The proof that's in there is.
It's going to be 2 weeks. I'm going to guess 3 weeks, to be honest, because today a load of issues have come to light today that Darren's discovered with the pricing not pulling through right. It's Saturday, and it's an early one, about 6:30. Just been up for a few hours. Had loads on my mind, and I just got up and got up to my home office desk and just cracked through a ton of stuff. I have these sort of like moments where my brain is just ready, and there's loads of stuff bubbling away, and I can just burn through things that actually usually would take me hours. So yeah, I just seem to wake up really alert about 4:30, and I always think you're either a morning person or you're an evening person, and for me, I'm well on fire at first thing in the morning, like between sort of, I'd say 5 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. I'm like just on fire, and then as each hour of the day goes by, I become less and less productive, and less and less alert. Now, obviously, you can say, yeah, because you've been up since 4:30, but I used to try the other way. So I used to sort of not get up till 7:30, something like that, just naturally, so no alarm. And then I would try and stay up into the evening and work really late. Just found that it just did not work for me. So I think it's each to your own. But yeah, so I just go with I just follow what my body wants really at the end of the day. But so yeah, done that. Got loads done. Came up with some great ideas about some of the biggest challenges, and I just realised that although I don't usually film on Saturdays, I realised that we didn't really wrap up the week yesterday. It was a weird week, I must admit, and obviously the filming was a little bit intermittent, so we'd only really grabbed like one little section from each day rather than a breadth. But it was just because I think this week really did feel like a challenging week. There was just so much just constantly punching me in the face, if you like, of just big challenges and issues, and but it's good, you know. I'm really actually excited, and when you sit there this morning and reflect, you know, we should not be complaining that we're having these problems, because they're signs of growth and scale. It's just I'm obviously out of my comfort zone with it, because, you know, I've not done this before, so it's you know, steering the ship of what is 50 people now, and soon to grow even larger than that. I think it's yeah, you just need the right people around you, and just need to sort of have a lot of thinking time and be really on it. But it's just funny, like I do on the bad days, and this week I've definitely had more rough days than any other, I would say, in a while. But you do sort of sit there and ask. Well, one of my accountants asked me when we saw them earlier in the week. She said to me, "Taylor, just so I'm clear, what is the end goal? What are we trying to do here? Is there a number? Is there a thing?" And I was just like, do you know what? I don't honestly know. And I've always, you know, read that great book, Simon Sinek, Start With Why. But I struggle. I don't really know. I don't know if it's an ego thing. I don't know if it's just because I love to see, you know, our team grow, and I love to make sure they've always got progression opportunities, so they want to, you know, feel like they can do things with me. I don't know if it's just this weird obsession with always growing and progressing that I've got. I don't know. There isn't really anything I'm like, oh, this is the goal, I want to get to here, I want to do this. I can't see myself ever wanting to stop or slow down. But it's easy to say that when you haven't really been, you know, I feel like I get punched in the face daily, but I haven't been beaten down yet. So I think it's easy to say that. But yeah, that's kind of where my head's at the moment. So yeah, just wrapping up the week really. It's plenty of highs, but a hell of a lot more lows and challenges. But we are making progress week by week, and we've got great people around us, and that's the main thing. Next week's jam-packed. We've got lots of internal changes, so hopefully you'll be along for the ride. I'm trying to bring an episode out now every Sunday, so yeah, tune in. And then, yeah, Saturday, wrapping up. I'm going to be 25 years old tomorrow, Sunday. So to celebrate, myself and Charlotte, we are going to have a nice sort of detox spa day in Cambridge. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we're going to have a nice day of just relaxing, chilling, nice lunch, and try and have a nice weekend celebrating, and then really sort of be re-energised and crack on next week. So yeah, I'm out early, getting the car washed, sorting a couple of bits out, head back, wake Charlotte up, and have a day of time to rest and recuperate. See you next week.